put the HCI dump also on the CD. Okay, next one. Should we switch back or do you want to show the other tool too? Yeah. Basically, I think you get what this is doing. It's basically the hacker tool. You can, of course, extract all the information that you get from the dump file, but for that, I think you have to write your own application to extract that properly. Maybe it's a challenge for some people. Can we please switch back to the other laptop? Okay, as already mentioned, we have this Snoop file in the BT Snoop format, and there have been since the beginning of Bluetooth around hardware sniffers and other devices where you can sniff traffic over the air. Bluetooth with its Piconet and scatternet structure is not like wireless LAN, where you activate a wireless LAN device and it sends out data to the air and makes it itself visible, discoverable and vulnerable against other devices. So basically in Bluetooth, if there's no connection, there is no data ongoing, so there's no radio transmission at all. And even if there's radio transmission, this device changes the channel, one of the 79 channels, 1,600 times a second, so you have to follow this hopping sequence to really extract any data. And to be honest, it's not really easy to do this. Anyhow, there are some sniffers out there that can do this, but basically they are designed so they can work in labs, and if you have a special test set up, so they really work. If you want to go out and sniff a connection, what two devices are doing, you maybe have to do a lot of preparation. In most cases, you also need the PIN or the link key from these people, and so it might not work in all cases what you want to try to do with it. So in general, sniffing like Wi-Fi is not as easy. But we have some devices around. Basically, the first one is a Tektronix. It is originally made by DigiAnswer. It's one of the first ones that were out there. Now it's bought by Frontline. It's called BPA 105. The previous one was called BPA 100. We have from Ketsi, or Ketsi got bought by LaCroix, the Merlin 2 and the Tracer Trainer. This one was quite expensive at the time, and it's still, you can still buy it, but it's, I think that's selling for something around 20,000 euros or something around. The Ketsi is, I have no idea, I think 12,000 euro or something, or 15 or something around. The Tracer Trainer ends up something to be 40,000 euro and so on. But the good thing with this one is this general case, and you can place this with Wi-Fi modules and Zigbee modules or whatever Wi-Fi you want to do. The smallest one is the Frontline sniffer from Frontline Test Equipment. It's basically a CSR-based standard dongle with a special hardware, with a special firmware designed for doing the sniffing. Since the dongle has all the radio components on it, they made a special firmware to put on this dongle and then use it for sniffing. There's 3 different types of sniffing. So local sniffing is meaning by HCI dump. So everything that the stack, the Bluetooth stack is doing, sending down to the chip is can you read with the HCI dump, and you actually already saw that on the screens when we did the previous attack. So for example, if you read out the name, etc., then you see the HCI commands flying down, and if you have upper layers, L2CAP, RFCOM, OBEX, etc., it will simply decode that to accept you don't tell them to do this if you want to have binary data, which you can also do. I think it's, but by the way, who wants to look at this crap? Another thing is Piconet sniffing. Basically, if you develop, you have already one device under your control, and so you have one part of the Piconet, and you want to see what's going on in the lower layers, for example, L2CAP, not L2CAP, LMP, and maybe on the baseband, then you need some kind of Piconet sniffing. Unfortunately, the Tektronix was capable of doing this, or the DigiAnswer. The newer ones are no longer capable of doing this. They're only air sniffers, the third category. So basically you have the 2 devices, and you need a third device with a Windows laptop, of course, where you can do the sniffing with, and etc. Okay, you want to do the last part? Okay, basically we have some time to do some more tests. I think it's really needed. The conclusion behind this is the same basically as last year. Bluetooth is in general a secure standard. They really designed it well, especially on lower layers. There's some things with the boot shop attack, etc. Okay, that's a little problem they haven't thought of, but maybe they're going to fix it. The big problem is application layers. So the manufacturers reused components, the OBEX stack from infrared protocol. Okay, infrared you need a site, Bluetooth you don't need sites. You can walk by and steal the phone book, etc. And we're trying to get the manufacturers in the way that they think about security and that they think about reusing components and reusing components in the same way, so they really know what they are doing. For this, we got hired by the Bluetooth SIG and at the Unplug Fest. The Unplug Fest is an event that is organized by the Bluetooth SIG 3 times a year, one in America or Canada, one in Europe and one in Asia. And every company that comes to the Unplug Fest have to sign an NDA so that they can't talk about any results on this, and after that they can test each other prototypes and sometimes final products on a really NDA-based event, so they can't get any advantage of what knowledge they get from the test from the other company. It's really a good thing, and the good thing is the Bluetooth SIG invited us to do the security testing. So basically what people dream of, we sit there and wait for other people to come to us and, okay, please crack my device. And most times we did, actually.
Allegedly. But then they fix them, so that's cool. That's the whole point. The prototype comes, it's broken, we prove it's broken, they fix it. So what actually hits the street is a secure device. So it's, yeah, it's good.
One thing that's really bad at the communication channels, if you want to try to communicate with the Bluetooth SIG, we try to really improve it so that other people that found something can approach them and tell them, okay, here's a problem, and then they try to investigate it. I think the best time at the moment is if you find something, drop us an email and we will try to look into it. Some things we try to get into the specification is, for example, to get the interfaces clearer. So that he really knows what the device is doing. For example, incoming connection. This means nothing. Oh, do you want to accept a business card from this device, etc.? Or this device wants to connect to an internet line. Do you want to allow this, etc.? So the user interface must be clear. Obviously, the most mobile manufacturers are not really taking any advices on how to design their UI. It's getting better, but I think it's still a problem. And I mentioned the weird names that Bluetooth specification has for tasks or for states that are known totally different in the normal world. Mandatory security at application level, okay, every application should provide its own security, so they should really know what they are doing. And the thing using a policy manager is, okay, we really need to have separate security models for every profile that is running on a device, and modern phones I think have up to 15 different profiles. You can stream audio, MP3s with them, you can use it as mouse replacement or keyboard replacement or whatever. Okay, Trifonite Group, Martin already mentioned that. It's not only 3 of us, it's besides Colin also Tim Herman, Mark Rowe from Pentest, and a nice little whatever toy it is.
It's an iBo.
Yeah. Okay, mentioned already, much more information, trifonite.org. The thing is, the CD called is Bluenix. The core behind it is Trust, Trifonite Unified Security Testing, because it's a general framework to do the security audits. And if I show you the source code of the audit tools, most of them are only 10 lines because the framework behind it is really doing the complete job in the background. And it's quite easy to write audit tools, but it's only for audit, it's not for hacking. Contact at trifonite.org, or our email addresses are, Google for them, you will find them. Okay, next challenge.
You all know what that is, right?
Who knows it? Hands up.
We have to apologize, it's a little late because that would have been the perfect Christmas present for the geek girl.
By the way, who used it?
It's a vibrator. If you want, I can read you the specifications. And this vibrator reacts on Bluetooth. It's connecting to a phone, and I can read it to you. It's cutting-edge electronics. It's wireless Bluetooth technology, 2 years in design and development. It's an intelligent CPU, a turbo boost circuitry for more motor power, lithium-ion battery technology, power status and charge indicator, wherever this is that you can see it. 90 millimeters length by 33 millimeters in diameter, 14.5 centimeters high tensile coated cable antenna or extractor.
By the way, we don't get any money for advertising this.
No. So you have to find the URL yourself. So, but the things it can do, and that's really worth investigating on when you try to hack this, it has 45 possible effects from any one letter, and in total there is 7,200 variations from a single text message. So, can you imagine all the girls freaking out just when they sense your proximity?
They claim it's not visible or not discoverable by default. We will see.
Questions?
Since we have plenty of time, if you want to see some of the other attacks that we talked about, the blue bug or the snarf or anything like that, then just ask. But otherwise, any questions?
Hello? I want to add, there is in Germany a service to track your mobile down at least if you are a customer of O2 Online. And O2, they have a service for all O2 customers. And you can to their webpage and they must enter a password, which is fortunately usually the birthday date, except if you're Asian, then it is 1111.
Nice. So you mean they're not actually sending any kind of authentication to the device, you just put the phone number in and the password?
You go to O2 Online, and you can log in with this customer PIN code and then track your own phone down.
Yeah, crazy. Saves me a lot of trouble. So thank you.
That's the same with the T-Mobile access point. They know about it. It was publicly published that the T-Mobile access point uses a similar scheme. So if you find a T-Mobile phone, you can have internet access on any train station, airport, or whatever for free, because they still haven't fixed this.
Any other questions? No? Okay, then thank you.
Okay,
over there. Sorry.
Please use the
There's a
microphone over there.
Here?
I'll use this one.
Yeah, come to the front, please.
Hello. Do you have a few tips for car models to watch for on the drive home today?
For car models.
Which have default installs of vulnerable speaking equipment?
You
One was
mean,
obvious.
which are car whisperer capable.
Which are, of course, which have the special
Compatible,
features.
okay.
Compatible, yeah.
So I think it
Certified.
went through the press quite a lot that a big German manufacturer has an issue. Yeah, their logo, they modified ours. and yeah, and we're gonna sue them.
Are they discoverable usually by default?
They are, but I just got very good information because they really improved. They, I think the next generation turns off after 5 seconds that your car moves, or it turns off if you're faster than a certain velocity. So you just can't pair a new device once the car parks and is in the parking lot and it's not moving, whatever. So they worked around pretty well.
I can't pair if it's parking, or I can?
You can, but once it's driving and the car is
So
moving, that's
can't
exactly
do it-
when an attacker most likely tries to catch you, then you can't connect
I
anymore.
can't do it on the road. Okay, so no fun on the drive home.
Not with this older models, maybe. And there's a lot of aftermarket car kits where people build them in themselves. So there's a pretty bunch of them being vulnerable. You just try that out.
So the advice to everyone is just let HCI tool running on the drive home and have fun.
There's another good advice I might be point out. If you have a Bluetooth phone and Bluetooth is discoverable for whatever reason, you want to be seen, you want to be